Hoad's Wood is a nearly 200-acre biological site of special scientific interest west of Ashford in Kent, England. The woodland is designated a site of special scientific interest due to its vast array of birds, insects, and trees. Hoad's Wood is also precious ancient bluebell woodland. Moths and butterflies have been well documented in the forest, including two nationally rare species. Natural England describes the woodland this way. This site is a good example of oak hornbeam woodland on Wealden clay, comprising mainly hornbeam coppice with standards and oak hazel woodland with some sweet chestnut. There is an outstanding assemblage of insects. Moths and butterflies are particularly well documented. The wood also supports a diverse breeding bird community. Birds include nightingale, nuthatch, great spotted woodpecker, songbirds, and warblers. The site is private land with no public access. In March 2021, the woodland was the site where the remains of Sarah Everard were found after her abduction and murder. This murder should have increased scrutiny of access to Hoad's Wood by road, but it did not. And now the ancient forest is the site of acres of dumped litter. Hoad's Wood is divided into small privately owned plots. A criminal waste gang, not wanting to pay trash pickup taxes, cut down the trees in a 5-acre area of Hoad's Woods, destroyed the bluebell carpet, and in July 2023 began driving 20 to 30 trucks, often untagged, which is a crime, daily down narrow country lanes never meant for trash trucks, causing significant erosion to dump landfill waste. Many local residents noticed this and immediately reported dozens of complaints to the authorities. Kent Police Ashford, the Environmental Agency of England, Ashford Council, Damian Green, and Natural England were all aware. These authorities did nothing, in a resemblance to the Rotherham child exploitation scandal, where British authorities were terrified of being called racist if they simply investigated. Due to the lack of enforcement on existing law, 30,000 tons of landfill waste on the ancient woodland was deposited, burying the remaining historic oak trees up to 30 feet deep in putrid, rotting rubbish that requires specialized teams to remove. It is not only the dumped litter, but methane and sulfide gases which come from trash decomposition that float into nearby homes and cause serious health issues. Rain falling on the trash creates stinking black lagoons, and this untreated water runoff has been running into the River Bolt, as documented by Paul Powsland. By dumping their waste, criminals have avoided millions of pounds in landfill tax, and that charge is now being foisted onto Kent and Ashford taxpayers. Kent has been forced to take in thousands of illegal migrants annually as immigration laws are not enforced. To disrupt the illegal dumping of waste at the site, we inspect the site regularly, and working with Kent Police's Rural Task Force, we have had a regular presence in the Hoad's Wood area, stopping waste carrier vehicles to check compliance. Sergeant Darren Walshaw of Kent Police's Rural Task Force, still wearing their masks in public photos, said the size of this site and the amount of waste illegally dumped there is shocking and totally irresponsible. Fly tipping is often linked to other forms of criminality, and we are therefore assisting the Environment Agency and other partner agencies with their investigation and associated enforcement action. It's not investigation that's needed, it's enforcement and prosecution. When we look at Kent Police's Rural Task Force actual enforcement, it always falls way below the mark. They are just not doing their jobs. Why? In 2020, concerns were raised over giant oak trees being felled in another part of Hoad's Wood, but these were missed by the supposed regular site inspections that Kent Police's Rural Task Force insists they're doing. England is being crushed under the weight of both illegal and legal immigration, with many immigrants on welfare and refusing to abide by British law. Fly tipping at Windy Hill in Saddleworth is strikingly similar to the fly tipping in Hoad Wood, indicating a possible network of illegal migrants moving trash that they don't want to pay for. A court order is in place prohibiting anyone from entering or depositing waste at Hoad Wood. The site's gate has been locked and concrete blocks placed to prevent access, but why not place a vehicle in front of the road entirely? Environment Manager Matt Higginson said, "We know illegal waste activity harms the environment and has a devastating effect on communities. Anyone entering the woods without reasonable excuse or written permission from the environmental agency will be committing a criminal offense. But despite this, it seems no cameras have been set up to identify criminals that do so. Some are under investigation after depositing the sea of disgusting mess towering 12 feet high, but the names of these criminals hasn't been released. Naturalists think Hoad Wood can be easily saved with cleanup crews. RescueHoadsWood.org is devoted to this preservation, as is the English Oak Project. Go ahead and check out these groups, sign their petitions, and contact your MPs if you'd like to help Hoad Wood today."